You and I were talking about this both last night and before the show today, and you threw out in a bunch of stuff that you were saying, there was one sentence in there that grabbed my attention. Jordan Poole got paid too soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's something you and I talked about before Jordan Poole even got his contract. You didn't have to pay Jordan Poole right now. And Joe Shasky, the Butcher Boy, in the morning changeover, made a good point in terms of, you want to do right by a player. You want to send a message to a player. You want to make that player feel like he's a part of the future. But you gave the guy the bag, and you gave him the bag earlier than you had to. And now you're in a situation where he's maybe not playing with that same hunger that he played with last year.
Yeah, this one's tough for me because one thing I'd like to know that we'll never know, when did these conversations start? I know a lot of people out there tie the contract to what happened in training camp with Draymond Green. The timing was interesting. It was like you had the punch, you had a week of discussion about it, you had a lot of Warriors coming to microphones to defend Jordan Poole, his play, his behavior, all of that. Draymond Green was in a spot he had never been in this organization. You also had Filmgate, everybody trying to figure out where this video came from.
Still don't know.
Right, so they may, but we're never going to know. So this whole thing goes through a very wild TMZ-esque type of an experience. And 2 weeks later, poof, Jordan Poole gets the bag. And then hours later, Andrew Wiggins does too. And so you're dealing with a team that, A, was trying to send the message of, this is our future. We love the way these two players played last year, and we are willing to invest in them. It also felt like a message to the older guys, namely Draymond and Clay. Like, if you want a massive extension, you're probably not going to get it. These two guys did, and there's only so much money to go around. But a lot of people tied it directly to the punch, which to me feels probably unfair, probably unlikely timing-wise.
Too much of a straight line, I agree.
have to feel like those conversations started prior to the punch even happening.
Right. And the other question is, and I know we're not having that discussion right now, and it's another thing that we will never know, did the fact that those discussions predated the punch, did that lead to the punch? Draymond wanted a max.
There's a good point. That's a good question.
Draymond wanted a max, and basically Dikembe Mutombo, no. He got Mutombo'd on his max. And then now, all of a sudden, they're talking to Jordan Poole about him getting a bag. Did that whole thing, and the team has said it didn't, but I wonder if we will never know.
What does didn't mean? Remember when Ramona Shelburne joined us Momo 2 weeks ago?
My girl.
That's right. Momo says,
we're getting closer.
It wasn't about money, and it also wasn't not about money.
We broke that down when you were gone.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Whitey was like, I don't know what that means. And I said, well, Whitey.
I do.
I totally do.
Yeah, I get it.
I said, that's a 5. I said, you know what Momo said, Ramona Shelburne, friend of the program, well, friend of yours, and one of these days she'll mention me.
Yeah.
But Momo said it's not about money, and it's not about money, and I thought that was really telling because
yeah, go ahead.
It wasn't about the money, but you can't look at the situation and say that it wasn't not about it because Draymond Green got Mutombo'd, and now here comes Jordan Poole, who's done nothing compared to what Draymond's done, and now you're going to get Draymond's bag plus another second bag?
Look, yeah, listen, age is a thing, and it happens in every business. We all get it. Nobody wants to be told, hey, we're looking to the future now, and people who have a lot more years left. Nobody wants to be told that, but everybody is, except for Tom Brady, at some point in their career. But I think what she said was very easy to sort of unpack. It wasn't directly about that, but it was indirectly about that.
Yeah.
In other words,
Whitey didn't get it.
A tone had been set over this organization about money. It's about who is going. Joe Lacob comes out last year and goes, he essentially says, we can't pay everybody. We're not going to do $500 million
You made
payroll.
that point, too. Like, all 8 of the top 8, they're not all going to stay.
Okay, so that means we've got a limited number of these big 9-figure bags that we can hand out. Steph, you go stand over there. You're not in this conversation.
And he's already.
You're done.
I mean, he's good for 3 more.
Sign for a few more, plus your Steph. You go stand in the corner.
Yeah.
And then there becomes an unspoken, indirect competition between young guys hoping to make a mark in the league. James
Jordan
Wiseman.
Poole,
Well, Poole had already sort of established, I'm good in this league. Kuminga, Wiseman, and Moody are over on one corner, and they're going, so look, it's 4 corners. One corner is Steph.
Dean Smith.
Corner 2, Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody going, we think we could play in this league. All right.
Nice.
Then,
that's a 4 for your Kuminga voice.
Then Poole is in a corner by himself. Actually, let's put Wiggins there too. Wiggins and Poole are over here going, hey, we did some things last year you didn't think we could do, and we're in our mid-20s. Huh? What do you think? What do you think? And then in corner number 4, Draymond Green and Klay Thompson.
Man.
We are battered. We've been through the wars. We are in our 30s, and we want one more paycheck too. And the Warriors are going, all right, we're going to pick Steph in corner number 1, and where are we going next? And so all those other guys, in a way, are competing to be that guy.
So Steph in his corner, he gets a gigantic Barca lounger and an 80-inch TV.
Bucket of popcorn and a remote control.
You're good. And then the other corner, Kuminga, Moody, Wiseman, they go over to that corner and say, you 3 get beanbag chairs. We have your options.
Just sit and wait.
Yeah, you guys, you're going to have to sit and wait.
Play hard.
Play hard.
But sit and wait.
But we have your options, and we're going to pick up your option. We're going to pick up your option. You guys are good. You're making good money. Have a beanbag chair, and you guys can play some video games. Then you go to the Wiggins and Poole corner, and you say, guys, I mean, wow, we're going to have to give you guys more than just futons. And then you go to the Stephen, you go to the Klay and the Draymond corner. That's where you have to have the real hard decisions.
So that
they got wooden stools,
right?
No cushion, not a cushion.
Those itchy butt,
the
hard wood.
Dude.
Yeah.
The worst.
So that
hemorrhoids.
That I think is hanging over the team.
I think you're right.
And that's what she meant by that.
Momo.
Man, when we say what are you doing? Get your 95.7 The Game gear at 957thegameshop.com. We'd love to see you all wearing your What Are You Doing t-shirts. Or you can get your morning roast. Or the Error hoodie I think is great that says the hell with the kids rather than to hell with the kids. But whatever.
I want the rat on the table one.
Get a rat on the table. You can do all of those things. 957thegameshop.com. But let's hit it up.
I got 3 kids and a bunch of problems.